injured here. 3v3 Calderis Refinery, blue team. It's Commissar Yarrick as a Commissar Lord. Good offense and support. Fights melee, starts off with an energy shield, can also execute allied models to buff the squad's damage. This is Death Core of Krieg DLC recolored. Alongside Eerie is a Warboss melee commander that walks through cover. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Rounding out blue team, Phantom Lands Brother Captain, durable melee commander with good offense and support. Walks through cover and cannot be suppressed up against Floyd's Hive Tyrant. Very durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Starts off melee combat and with the basic synapse, good offense and support. Hanging back here alongside Floyd are two Space Marine players. We have Final Push as a Techmarine. Starts out range combat, puts out some nice damage, good utility as well, can build structures and repair. And alongside is Lucidic as a force commander. Down goes the Commissar. Very versatile commander with great offense, can tank, support and disrupt as well. Starts off melee combat. There is the battle cry, buffing the damage of all of this allied stuff every time he performs one of those special attacks, but he is in retreat. Force commander soaking up a lot of damage there. Might want to get the Storm Shield with all this double shooters and triple guardsmen from Yarrick. That's a lot of range fire. Techmarine running in, trying to tie things up. So are Tactical Marines. Techmarine runs away now. Two gold coloured Space Marine chapters on show. Tactical Marines are both players. Here come Sluggers. Sluggers can be dangerous early on if supported with some range fire. There is a War. You see those yellow buff circles below the feet of the Orks, boosting speed and damage for every squad that uses War. Tactical Marines get away without a loss. These ones also without a loss. Heavy ranged infantry with 1050 hit points. Can soak up quite a lot of damage early on. Let's have a look at the west side. Strike squad losing on model to the Hive Tyrant. And Spore Mines wiping those stormtroopers. Ouch. Hive Tyrant levels. Brother Captain is decapping red team's natural victory point though in the southwest. Centre is contested and blue have a natural northeast. Pain Boy on the way for Eerie. Phantom Land replacing the stormtroopers that he lost. Here goes a multi-last turret up. Relatively short range, moderate damage to infantry, but nice and cheap to get on the field quickly for some early pressure moving forward. Going to use it to protect this power, and the Commissar Lord will be revived by the Warboss, who has absolutely no experience, so he's not going to level from this. Here comes the Force Commander. No war gear for this guy yet. Shotgun scouts might be difficult for these guys to have an impact, since shotguns are relatively close range weapons and there's lots and lots of range firepower even. Sluggers with burners, boosting their health, giving them a couple of power melee weapons, and they can burn down structures. Special attack on the Techmarine there, chasing him up. Here come shotgun scouts. The shotgun blast is not needed though. Sluggers retreating. We do have double shotgun scouts. 452, 451. Floyd has his natural victory point back and has a warrior brood on the field. Heavy infantry that leap into melee combat passively. Good disruption then for these guys. Don't do a huge amount of DPS, but they do power melee. So grant a basic synapse. Shooter boys with their knob leader. The other squad without for Eerie. And here is the Pain Boy. Support subcommander for Orks. Has a heal. Small upfront health buff. And then lots of health regen afterwards. There is the Storm Shield up for the Force Commander. You see the defend ability and all that stuff. Grants suppression immunity, but it does debuff your speed slightly. Also a damage resistance as well. Assault Marines for Final Push, wiping one of those Imperial Guardsman squads. Now in amongst Orks, but the Warboss is here. Sluggers also there, so that was a dangerous jump for those Assault Marines, but they get away without a loss, and that is very lucky or not. Strike squad trying to take out a model, and they can't. Assault squad are very tough in tier 1, 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor. Here comes Floyd's Hive Tyrant, has the warp field up. That was a special attack which missed. You have double grenade launcher stormtroopers Force Commander in retreat and gets away. The Storm Shield does give him a passive resistance to range fire, I believe, by 20%, unless that was removed in Elite, I can't remember. Warboss trying to charge in with Angry Bits, but gets shotgunned in the face. Suppression, always very, very annoying for the Warboss to deal with. Has the Bang Bang Hammer as well. Increasing damage, it says there, also increases speed. 444-451, middle is uncapped. Look at the west side. Tyranids chasing off Grey Knights. Strike Squad losing model again. 83 requisition to reinforce those guys. You saw those dead stormtroopers still there. 444-451, it's the 1-to-1 cap, but Floid is capping mid. Blue team hitting power though. We have Flamer Guardsman and Commissar Leader is queued up for tier 2. Take them up to 9 models, allows them to reinforce 3 at a time. Painboy's there. Can only use his heal on Ork units, by the way, so he can't be healing up Guardsman with it. Force Command in amongst, disrupting. Has done reasonably well with his Storm Shield so far, I think. Warboss just about getting away. Here comes the Painboy. Does have 40 DPS, power melee damage with that damage over time effect. Going after that Force Commander. And almost took him down. In fact, he might with the damage over time, and does. Nicely done by the Painboy. Gets away as well, I think. Assault Squad jumping in, forcing off all those Orks. 425, 451. Commissar with just double Guardsmen going into tier 2. Now gets a Chimera to support them. And he's got plasma guns on his other Guardsman squad. Strat Squad meleeing a node with their halberds. Are reasonably solid in melee with good melee skill, more importantly. 413, 451. Red team trying to cap blues natural. Might get a quick triple here. Nope, scouts abandon the cap and back away. Flamer up for the Tactical Marines of final push. And a Flamer up for Lucidic's Tactical Marines. Bad news for these Guardsmen if they get close enough to use them. Plasma Gun Guardsmen are pretty dangerous though, but they're getting jumped by Assault Marines. Double Assault Marine jump there by both players. Final push staying in. I have no idea why. Lucidic retreated. Looks like it was a mistake. 371, 451. Power Sword up for the Commissar Lord. Nice cheap 50 DPS power melee weapon with an awesome ability, lead by example. Here is the Chimera, support vehicle for Imperial Guard, will allow all of Commissar Yarrick's allies to reinforce off of it. They can also get inside and be transport, and they can shoot outside of it, which is something unique for the Chimera. See these strange little last turrets on the side operated by the units inside. 371, 441. What's going on here? It's Floid harassing Phantom Land back into his base. Strat Squad not wanting to get involved. 371, 436. Hive Tyrants level 3. Doesn't even have a melee weapon upgrade. Can sometimes be difficult for melee commanders to level up. Let's see how the Warboss has done. He's level 2. Force Commander's level 2. All done reasonably well. Commissar is inside the Chimera, so I can't see. Warriors are wiped out on the VP though. Floyd obviously forgetting all about them. Weird Boy is up. Excellent disruption and anti-blob commander for Orks with a little bit of support. Starts off with an awesome basic attack and that warp vomit which you saw there. 371, 414. Warp vomit can be so annoying. Weird Boy in general can be one of the most annoying things to deal with. Constant disruption with his basic attack and that warp vomit, which is like a 7-second stun or something versus infantry. Here comes that Pain Boy. He's halfway to level 2. Automatically unlocks the unstable fuel injection in tier 2, so he can destruct an allied Ork for some area of effect damage. I'm not sure if it knocks back as well. Tactical Marines with a missile launcher up to try and put pressure on this Chimera. And we have the Melter Gun Techmarine. This thing does 100 damage per shot. So that'll be 75 damage to vehicles. Melter does 75% of damage to vehicles. Chimera might go down here. 8, a Melter on rear armor. There's another Melter. It's being repaired. Those should be okay. This is a huge engagement. There is a Commissar Lord flare. And up goes a turret from final push. Relatively late game turret. You see the flare, the Basilisk flare from the Commissar Lord, reducing range by 50%. Warboss is going to go down. Got Mark targeted as well. That is from Signum. That is a nasty combo. Close range turret and Mark target. They're still trying to push it though. Trying to take it down with these guardsmen and flamers. It's being repaired. Plasma cannon gets... no, misfires. That happens when something goes out of the firing arc suddenly. Looks like it is going to get a shot. Boom! That was nasty. Setup team with this awesome artillery weapon. Only 400 requisition for those guys as well. Final push. Lost his tactical marines. He doesn't know how. And I also don't know how. Looks like they died in base according to the final push. 371, 350. Must have had some damage over time on them. Perhaps from the pain boy or something. Hive Tyrant is capping. Is he going to finish the cap though? Strike squad are there. Those double grenade launcher stormtroopers are nasty to those termagants. We have double toxin sacks up, and Floid has replaced his warrior brood with adrenal glands. We have melee synapse, gene stealers up with 1680 hit points. Very, very dangerous elite melee squad. Crazy melee skill and nasty power melee damage as well. Up to 90 melee skill with these warriors. Melee skill is what determines whether you perform special attacks or not, and gene stealers with 90 melee skill are the most skillful melee unit in the game. Mark target on the guardsman, forcing them off. You have two full strength guardsmen from Yarrick, but he's lost his Chimera, doesn't have a whole lot else. Stormtroopers are on the way. Did the turret survive? Looks like it did, yes. Techmarine is starting to do very well, is level 4. 370, 342. Warboss now has the trophy rack. Got a radius buff a few patches ago. Here comes Floid. The adrenal gland warriors jumping into combat. Up to 1575 hit points with adrenal gland, which is pretty damn solid. A good thing since they are a very important synapse creature for your melee army. Gene stealers are forced off down to 3 models. But they do get away. How much are gene stealers to reinforce? We'll see. We have a Land Raider on the field for Phantom Land. This is a Land Raider Crusader. Hurricane bolters on the side sponsons. Basically 6 bolters strapped together, and they will suppress. Also has a multi-melter and twin-linked assault cannon. 322, 342. Gene stealers down to 2 models before they got back to base. 314, 342. It's a double cap, and gene stealers are 37.4 to reinforce. Not a whole lot really. Less than I thought they would be. You have Hellfire rounds up on the Stern Guard Veterans 1st Company Tactical Marines that can change ammo type to combat all targets. You can only have 1 in your army. Also resets the level of the Tactical Marines that they replace. Dreadnought is up for final push and has the assault cannon already. There is the Basilisk Flare, reducing the turret's range by 50%. As you can see there, assault marines though jumping in. The assault marines have been vital, I feel. Initiating engagements and then retreating out safely. Yes, get away with 3 models. They did lose their sergeant though, and they lose another one. That is devastating to those guards on the Yarrick, losing another guardsman squad. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader though. Also allows you to reinforce and regenerates health and energy if you're close by. 275, 342. Multi-melter getting shots on the Dreadnought there. Can't do much to vehicles with this assault cannon, so he's backing off. Doesn't want to get close enough for melee. Plasma cannon getting another excellent shot in from Lucidic, and Floid has the Doom of Manatite up. 275, 334. Plasma cannon doing an excellent job for red team. Have 2 of them up. This is final pushes set up here. Warboss is trying to revive. He's level 5. Strike squad don't look like they got any upgrades at all. Phantom Land pretty much going for a fast Land Raider, and it's paying off so far. There is the Psychic Storm from the Doom of Manatite. That is nasty. It's being toned down slightly for the next update since it is pretty nuts right now. Brother Captain has the Teleporter Pack and the Holy Armor of Titan, which is an awesome armor upgrade. 266, 330. What's that jumping in? Assault squad jumping in to death pretty much. Taken down by sluggers as they retreat out. You see a bunch of mines here dropped by the Commissar Lord. That's one of his globals. They are being spotted though by these scout sergeants, so they won't go off. There's a foot of Gork from the Weird Boy. One of the most devastating area effect abilities in the game. Not only does it do awesome damage, also knocks back and stuns. Weird Boy's level 2. Bigger brains as well as up over there. 1124 hit points level 2 with all those upgrades. You have Kashrikins for Commissar Yarrick. It looks like they're getting plasma guns alongside weapon expertise. Makes them very, very nasty. Kashrikin, such an awesome little squad. That wasn't nice though. A plasma cannon shot. They have really, really hurt Yarrick with those. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant, 105 DPS, heavy melee weapon, the most powerful melee weapon for any commander. 252, 291, it's a double cap for blue. They've withstood a hell of a lot of pressure here. I think red team have focused slightly too much on this eastern edge. Should be worrying about mid right now. Land Raider Crusader is there at the moment. Las Cannon is up for Lucidic. So we have Melter Gun, Las Cannon, couple of plasma cannons. The Land Raider Crusader is going to be put under pressure. Looks like the Stern Guard went down for Lucidic. Completely missed that. Tank Busters up for Eerie. Where is that Doom? Here it is. Damage over time, area of effect specialist. Does huge damage to all targets apart from vehicles. There is the Psychic Storm. There is Cataclysm. That was nasty. Doom does not regenerate energy itself. Needs to use Absorber Life and Spirit Leech to get any energy back. Now it is using Absorber Life. You see it regenerating energy there. Crusader pushing forward. Nemesis Force Halberd is up for the Brother Captain. Dreadnought goes down. Looks like it ate a crack grenade from the Kashrikin. Kashrikin are so awesome. There is a Tyrant formation though. That was nasty. Shooter Boys and Tank Busters running away. 252, 258. The Hive Tyrant also went down. Blue team, very, very good engagement for them. Warboss is level 8. Has done remarkably well with this Bang Bang Hammer. If he got the heavy armor now, he'd be very, very tough. Terminators are on the field though for final push. Floid still with his melee synapse, gene stealers, and the Doom of Manantai. What level is the Hive Tyrant? Level 4. 252, 254. Red team decapping blue's natural. Blue team turning around and going after these capillary towers from the infestation, from the Tyrant formation even. Brother Captain's only level 2. Manticore is up for Yarrick. You might just get a couple of these. Very, very useful on Calderis, since you have this line of sight blocker right here outside your base on the flanks. 252, 254. Carnifex on the way for Floid. Looks like red are pushing. Plasma Cannon getting lots of nasty shots. Las Cannon trying to shoot at the Pain Boy, which is not going to work out very well. There is a Manticore on the Plasma Cannon, but it does get away fine. 252, 243. The Terminators have a heavy flamer. Brother Captain teleporting in with this Nemesis Force Halberd. Power melee splash. Going after the Terminators now. Terminators are armed with Power Fists, so they're not a pushover in melee. Can be put under severe threat though by a elite dedicated melee squad such as Gene Stealers and the like. 252, 227. Phantom Land floating a lot of resources. I assume he's going for Terminators. There we go. These guys set to get a price reduction in the next update. 252, 219. It's a 2-ton cap for blue team. Kashrikin in amongst. Force Commanders level 4 has Artificer and the Sacred Stand constant damage buff. You can combine that with his Battle Cry and with Defend, and you get a pretty awesome little support commander. There's a Rocks. Terminator's teleporting out. Minimal damage really. 252, 206. Red team are the huge amounts of pressure. They had that 1 or 2 really bad engagements, and it's really set them back here. Yarrick holding on remarkably well. Now strong in tier 3 with Castricans, Manticore and a whole bunch of resources. Might be waiting for a Baneblade now. Carnifex is up for Floid, has the Thornback upgrade, up to 1875 hit points of vehicle armor, and the Hive Tyrant decaps the central VP. Doom of Malantite using Spirit Leech and Absorb Life there, I think. There is the Psychic Storm and Cataclysm, that awesome combo that the Doom of Malantite has. Look at the damage with that heavy flamer as well. Good grief, that was Cleansing Flame. 249, 193. The Doom of Malantite can really set up some awesome combos. Gene Stealers with their Rending Claws doing heavy melee damage. This Land Raider in serious trouble. Did not recognize the threat quickly enough and is going to go down here. No way it's getting away. I think he's just going to turn around, do as much damage as he can. No, goes down. 248, 193. Down goes the Land Raider. It's all evened up now, I think. Phantom Land with just Paladins and Strike Squad. Looks like he cancelled those Grey Knight Terminators. Gone for Paladins. These guys give a passive area effect buff to surrounding allies, and they do melee heavy damage as well. 244, 193. Gene Stealer getting a sync kill on a Strike Squad model. Level 3 Strike Squad. Doom of Malantite is already level 4. Good grief. 1140 hit points and 300 energy now. Commissar Yarrick has the Fist of Brockus and the Emperor's Wrath. Emperor's Wrath, one of the most awesome accessories in the game. Very, very fun to use and watch. Not very fun to be on the receiving end of though. Plasma Cannon, big shot, another Plasma Cannon shot. Pain Boy still around, level 3, has the stronger git source. Orks trying to cap mid. Here come Rippers. You see the husk of the Land Raider there. Manticore Strike forces off scouts. But all of the setup teams remain. We have 3 Plasma Cannons up from the Space Marine players on red team. Terminators forcing melee on the Warboss, that is marked target. And he goes down. There's a Foot of Ork. And a Psychic Storm. Tons and tons of action at the end in the mid. 231, 193. 1-to-1 cap still. Game swinging both ways constantly. Paladin's going to take down his Carnifex, I think. They are hideously expensive though. 200 power, and they're taking insane amounts of damage from the Psychic Storm. The Psychic Storm is so good versus Terminators and other big super heavy infantry targets such as the Great Unclean One and Avatar. Look at the damage it did to those Paladins. They are running for their lives from the Doom. A Venerable Dreadnought dropped by a final push. Unique Dreadnought for the Techmarine. Awesome in melee combat. 1750 hit points, can also charge and level up, of course. Tier 3 Lictor for Floid. Has heavy melee damage. Does almost 100 heavy melee DPS, I believe. Doesn't have any splash though. Has flesh hooks. And it can leap. In amongst the Strike Squad, who run the hell away. Warriors in retreat path. Strike Squad unable to decap. And down goes a Strike Squad model. 205, 193. Hive Tyrant caps mid. Pain Boy taking his natural back, and a Baneblade is on the field for Yarrick. He lost his Castrican though. Is this another Land Raider Crusader? I think it is. What else could it be? There is a 10-second delay now for this thing to drop. 187, 193. And here it is. Thunderhawk delivers another Land Raider Crusader for Phantom Land. It was a huge effort for red team to take down the other one. Once they forced off everything else though, it did go down reasonably quick to Floyd's Gene Stealers and Warriors, and the Carnifex was helping as well, of course, which is still around, level 2. 172, 193. Pain Boy decapping mid. Red team not wanting to fully commit and defend the VP. Backing away. Force Commander is level 5, almost level 6. Baneblade now backing off. There's a Psychic Storm. Psychic Storm doesn't do a whole lot to Commanders, I don't think, and the Weird Boy does have Commander armor. Doom of Malantite backing off, has no energy now. 163, 193, got some energy back. Venerable Dreadnought going after the Land Raider Crusader. Terminators with an assault cannon for Lucidic. Land Raider taking tons of damage, as is the Baneblade. Rippers are in there, and these Rippers will snare movement. Now this Venerable getting rear armor hits on the Baneblade. It's not going to live. Las Cannon also getting shots, and down goes the Baneblade. Baneblade even. No repair bunker from Yarrick. And a battle wagon is up. 144193. Paladins in combat with the Carnifex, but there is the Psychic Storm again. Look at the damage on those Paladins. They just need to flee. That was crazy. Venerable Dreadnought's going to go down. No! Takes down a Land Raider Crusader with a big inspiration when it does so. 118, 193. This Venerable Dreadnought is kicking some serious ass. Here come Paladins. Get gibbed by something. What was that? Venerable Dreadnought does go down. There is Stoicism. 109, 193. Mid is red, and that's their game now, surely. 2-ton Cat. Phantom Land has pretty much nothing. Not sure why he got another Land Raider Crusader, to be honest. Floid still had the same stuff, and there was a las cannon now. He might not have known the las cannon was there though. A turret up here from Final Push. 94, 193. Still the 2-to-1. Red team going after Blue's natural. Some Melter Gun Stormtroopers. 86, 193. Grenade misses everything, and Blue team retain their natural. Brother Captain is down, level 3. Swarmlord on the field for Floid. Awesome compliment to your melee army for Tyranids, boosting their speed, allowing them all to reinforce. Blue team are pushing. They're not giving this up. 71, 193. There's a Basilisk Flare. Yarrick still does have a Manticore, but it's level 1. Here comes Floyd with that awesome melee army and the Doom of Manantai, of course. There is Psychic Storm. Warboss upgrades to his Power Claw, also has heavy armor, is level 9. 57, 193. Hive Tyrant level 6 has the bonded exoskeleton. Swarmlord going after the battle wagon with that heavy melee damage it has. And the Brother Captain runs away. Did the Warboss level to 10? No. 48, 193. 44, 193. 2-to-1 cap is still ticking down. Blue team are surely done for. The battle wagon is still around. Down goes the Weird Boy. Finally, Terminator's teleporting in and taking him down. He will fly around and blow up now. 34, 193. Terminator is pushing with heavy melee against that battle wagon. There's Cyclone missile launcher Terminators now. 3 Terminator squads, and Blue team concede. Hectic last half of the entire game, basically a running battle for the whole thing. Red team actually lost their natural there, but doesn't matter, they win with Blue team conceding. They had very little left at the end. Eerie still had his Pain Boy level 3. Did the Warboss get level 10? No, just didn't. Level 5 Commissar Lord, level 3 Brother Captain, level 6 Hive Tyrant, level 7 Techmarine had Orbs of Dominus at the end, and a level 8 Force Commander who did awesomely well, I think, with the Storm Shield and the Sacred Standard. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.